"Hey babe, you awake?" I whispered, nudging Lila gently. She stirred, a small smile lighting up her face. "Morning," she mumbled, eyes still half closed. I grinned, brushing a strand of hair from her face. "Coffee's ready downstairs. Want me to bring you some?" She yawned. "Yeah, thanks love." It was moments like these I lived for. Small, quiet mornings where nothing could touch us. I leaned over and kissed her forehead, feeling that warmth I thought would last forever. Later at work, I grabbed my coffee and met Daniel by the printers. "You look distracted," he said, eyebrows raised. "Me? Nah," I said, forcing a laugh. "Just tired." Daniel shook his head, studying me like he always did. "Look, I'm not saying anything for sure, but have you noticed Lila acting weird lately?" I frowned. "Weird how?" He lowered his voice. "Little things. She's always on her phone, sneaks out sometimes, vague excuses for where she's going. I don't want to freak you out, but just watch it." I waved him off, smiling. "Daniel, you're overthinking. Lila's amazing. She's just busy, okay?" He gave me a pointed look but didn't argue. I hated feeling guilty for doubting her, but the thought lingered in my chest like a tiny stone. That night, we went to Mia's birthday dinner. Lila smiled politely at everyone, laughed at the right moments, but I noticed she kept glancing at her phone. Again. And again. "Mia, can I grab a word?" I whispered as she went to the kitchen. Mia tilted her head, eyes narrowing slightly. "Sure. What's up? Do you think Lila's acting different?" I asked quietly. Mia hesitated. "I mean, maybe? She seems a bit distant. Not like she used to be." I didn't want to say anything, you know? I nodded, my gut twisting. "Yeah, thanks Mia." Back at home, Lila sprawled on the couch, scrolling through her phone. I tried to shake off the tension. "Long day?" I asked, sitting next to her. "Aha," she murmured, barely looking up. I wanted to trust her. I really did. But then, her phone buzzed. A new message popped up, her name lighting the screen, and I couldn't help it. I peeked. My heart froze. The message was short, flirty, and unmistakably not meant for me. "Can't wait to see you again, winking face." I swallowed hard. My hand shook. I quickly locked the phone and sat back, trying to appear calm. "Everything okay?" Lila asked, looking at me with those soft, trusting eyes. I nodded, forcing a laugh. "Yeah, just tired. Long day at work." She smiled, unaware. That smile, it crushed me more than the message ever could. How could someone so perfect be lying to me? How had I missed all the tiny signs? Daniel's warning echoed in my head. Mia's observations flashed before my eyes. Every late-night call, every vague excuse, it all made sense now. And yet, part of me still clung to the hope that I was overreacting. I sank into the couch, trying to calm the storm inside me. "I guess we need to talk tomorrow," I muttered, more to myself than to her. She nodded, completely oblivious, and returned to her phone. I stared at her, the warmth I felt that morning gone, replaced by a cold, creeping dread. I didn't know it yet, but this was the beginning, the first crack in the perfect world I thought I had. "Lila, we need to talk," I said, my voice tighter than I intended. She looked up from her phone, feigning surprise. "About what?" I held her gaze. "I saw the message. Don't lie to me. Who is he?" She laughed softly, leaning back. "What message?" "Babe, you're imagining things again." "No, I'm not imagining anything." I snapped. "The message from him. The one saying he can't wait to see you again." Her eyes widened, but only for a second. Then she tilted her head. "You're being ridiculous. That was just a friend joking around. You really need to stop jumping to conclusions." I felt my chest tighten, rage and confusion colliding. "A friend doesn't flirt like that. Don't gaslight me, Lila." "I saw it." She sighed dramatically, standing up. "You're hurting me, you know that? I can't believe you're accusing me like this. I thought we trusted each other." "I do trust you," I yelled, voice cracking. "I loved you. But I can't ignore this anymore. I need the truth." She crossed her arms, looking almost bored. "The truth is you're being paranoid. Maybe it's time you stop stalking my phone." The words hit me like a punch. Paranoid. Stalking. She made me feel like the problem, like I was the crazy one. I need to know who he is." She shook her head, soft mockery in her tone. "I'm not going to argue with someone who's making up stories. Maybe you should calm down." I wanted to scream, to shake her until she admitted it, but I didn't. Instead, I walked out, hands trembling. Later, I couldn't sit still. I went through her messages, her social media, every notification I could find. Each discovery was worse than the last. Flirty texts, secret meetings, photos she deleted but I found through her cloud. My mind couldn't process it all at once. I called Daniel, needing someone. "Hey, I think she's cheating," I whispered. There was a long pause. "Damn it," he muttered. "I tried warning you." Just come over," I said, my voice tight. "I don't want to be alone with this." When he arrived, I shoved my phone at him. "Look at this. Look at all of it." Daniel's brow furrowed as he scrolled. "Oh, wow. This is bad. Really bad." "I know," I shouted. "I trusted her, Daniel. I loved her and she's been seeing him. And maybe more than him." He put a hand on my shoulder. Hey, you don't have to figure this out alone. No. Stop." I pulled away. I can't have anyone near me right now. I need to think. I need to handle this myself." Daniel frowned, hurt but understanding. "Just don't lose yourself in this, okay?" "I won't." "I need to figure out how deep this goes," I muttered, voice breaking. Later that night I couldn't sleep. I stared at the ceiling, replaying her words, her fake innocence, her smirk when she called me paranoid. Part of me wanted to hate her, to throw everything away. Another part, the part that still loved her, wanted to believe her lies, wanted to forgive and pretend none of this happened. I checked my phone again. Her notifications lit up the screen, messages I couldn't ignore. Every buzz was like a knife twisting in my chest. I read and reread conversations, trying to find a reason, a justification, anything to convince myself this could still be okay. But deep down I knew. Lila wasn't just careless. She was cunning, manipulative, and I was trapped in a web she had spun effortlessly around me. And the worst part? I still wanted her. I sank back against the couch, phone clutched to my chest. Anger, heartbreak, and disbelief twisted inside me. I didn't know how to face her tomorrow or if I even wanted to. All I knew was that nothing would ever feel the same again. And somewhere in that pain, a dark thought began to take root. A thought about truth, about exposure, about revenge. I didn't know whether to scream or cry when I realized it wasn't just one. It was five. 5 men in 1 month. My chest felt like it was being squeezed with every message I read. I called Daniel again. "You won't believe this. It's worse than I thought." "5?" he said, voice low. "Holy, how do you even?" "I don't know," I cut him off. I tracked her movements, overheard things, and it's true. Every single one of them." Daniel sighed. "Man, that's brutal. I'm sorry." "I don't understand," I whispered. "Why wasn't I enough? Was I not good enough for her? Did she even care?" Daniel didn't answer immediately. "Sometimes, people are just selfish, man. It's not about you. I know it feels like it, but it's not." I ended the call and sat staring at my phone, heart racing. Every buzz, every ping made my stomach churn. I remembered our first date. She laughed when I spilled coffee on myself. I remembered the nights she fell asleep in my arms, warm and soft, whispering promises. Every memory now felt poisoned. The next morning at work, I ran into Jordan. "Hey, you look like hell," he said, eyebrows raised. "I feel like hell," I muttered, gripping my coffee too tightly. Jordan tilted his head. "Something happened? You've been off lately." "I'm fine," I lied, trying to sound normal. "Just tired, that's all." Jordan raised an eyebrow, unconvinced. "Oh, okay. But hey, funny thing, I ran into Lila yesterday near the park. She seemed, busy, like in a rush." I froze, coffee halfway to my lips. "Busy?" I asked carefully. "Yeah," Jordan said, smiling awkwardly. "She waved at some guy, looked flirty." I didn't think anything of it, but, well, thought you might want to know. I nodded slowly, forcing a smile. "Thanks, Jordan. I appreciate it." Later that evening, I tried to distract myself by rewatching old photos on my phone. Lila smiling at a restaurant table, her head resting against mine. I remembered our first weekend trip, how she held my hand while we walked along the beach. I should have felt happiness, but instead my stomach twisted with betrayal. How many of those moments were real? How many were staged? My phone buzzed again. Another message. From him, the second man. She didn't even try to hide it anymore. My hands shook as I read the text. "Last night was amazing, can't wait to do it again." I dropped my phone, heart hammering. I thought about confronting her, but a voice in my head whispered to wait, to understand the full scope first. The more I knew, the more power I had, if I ever wanted it. I remembered Daniel's warning, "Don't lose yourself." But I couldn't stop obsessing. Every detail, every movement, every interaction with her, the pattern was clear now. She didn't love me. She played me. And I was too blind to see it until now. I called Daniel again. I need your advice, sort of, I said, voice strained. Okay, shoot, he replied, cautious. I don't know if I should confront her or just watch, track, wait. She's seeing all these men, Daniel. 5 in 1 month. I feel sick, but I want to know everything before I act. Daniel was silent for a moment. Man, that's a lot. Just don't let it destroy you. Be smart. Don't act on pure anger, okay? I know, I muttered. I can't help feeling like I failed. Like I wasn't enough. You weren't, Daniel said firmly. She made that choice. Not you. Don't forget it. I hung up and sat in silence. Pain, rage, and confusion twisted inside me, but beneath it all, a cold clarity began to form. I wasn't going to just sit here and be destroyed. I needed to understand every detail, every lie, every betrayal. And maybe, just maybe, I would find a way to make her pay. I stared at the ceiling, thinking of her laughing at my jokes, smiling at my compliments. The thought that she had done the same with 5 other men in 1 month was unbearable. I didn't know how to feel anymore, heartbroken, angry, powerless, but I knew one thing. This pattern had to end. I parked 2 blocks away and watched from the shadows. My heart was hammering, adrenaline mixing with nausea. Lila was laughing, no flirting, with him. The 5th man. My hands clenched the steering wheel so hard my knuckles turned white. You're crazy, I muttered to myself, voice trembling. You're actually watching her like this. She leaned close, lips brushing his ear as she whispered something. He laughed, oblivious. I could see the ease with which she moved, the way she smiled, the way she made him feel important. And I had believed I was the only one. I stepped back, trying to swallow the lump in my throat. How could she do this? How could I be so blind? My phone buzzed. Daniel. I ignored it, unwilling to explain, unwilling to be talked down. I needed to see it for myself, the final proof. Minutes later, she hugged him goodbye, lingering. I could feel my chest tighten. I wanted to run in, scream, throw her out. But instead, I watched as she walked away, oblivious that I was there. I followed her at a distance, heart pounding. She didn't notice me. She never noticed how easily she manipulated people, how she hid her deceit behind a mask of charm. When she got home, I waited until the door closed and knocked softly. She opened it, smiling. Hey, you're late tonight. Yeah, work, I said, forcing calm. We need to talk. She raised an eyebrow. Talk about what? You look upset. I saw you, I said, voice low. With him. The 5th one. Her eyes widened, mock surprise, not fear. What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. I followed you, Lila. I saw everything. Don't lie to me. She laughed softly, stepping closer. Wow, you really think I would do that? Babe, you're paranoid. I'm not that kind of person. You've been imagining things again, haven't you? Stop it. I shouted. Stop pretending. I know the truth. She tilted her head, smirk creeping onto her lips. The truth? Oh, you mean your little obsession? Maybe you should calm down before you ruin everything because you're making a fool out of yourself. I froze, anger and disbelief mixing. A fool? Lila. I trusted you. I loved you. And this is how you repay me. Her expression softened, mock tenderness. I never meant to hurt you. I'm just human. You need to accept that people make mistakes. Mistakes. I echoed, voice breaking. 5 men in 1 month? That's not a mistake. That's betrayal. She sighed, stepping closer. You're so dramatic. You make everything about you. Maybe I needed something different. Maybe I just wanted to feel wanted. Can you blame me? I felt numb. Part of me wanted to hit her, scream until she cried. Another part, the smaller part that was still alive, wanted revenge. I wanted her to feel the same pain, the same humiliation. Later, Daniel finally cornered me. You're obsessing, man. You can't follow her every move like this. You'll destroy yourself. I know what I'm doing, I said, voice cold. I need to see this to understand the full scope. I can't just ignore it. Daniel shook his head. You've lost yourself. Just be careful. Don't let this ruin you completely. Don't let her win without consequences. I won't let her win, I muttered, almost to myself. Not anymore. That night I couldn't sleep. Images of her with him haunted me. The way she leaned, smiled, whispered, everything I thought was ours had been stolen. My hands shook as I thought about what I could do, what I should do. I stared at the ceiling, thinking about all the lies, all the betrayal. She had pushed me to the edge, and I realized I wasn't just heartbroken. I was changed. Something inside me had shifted. Rage and calculation merged into a single thought: I would make her pay. And in that moment, I knew the game had begun. I sat alone at the kitchen table, staring at my phone, listening to my own breathing. Revenge sounded ugly, dangerous, and wrong, but it was the only thing keeping me from falling apart. I'm not crazy, I said out loud. I'm just done being weak. Lila slept in the bedroom like nothing was wrong. That thought made my jaw tighten. I opened my laptop and whispered, "You don't even know what's coming." Daniel called first. "You've been quiet," he said. "That worries me." "I'm thinking," I replied. "For once, I'm actually thinking clearly." "Thinking about what?" he asked. "About the truth," I said. "About letting everyone see who she really is." There was silence. Then he said, "Man, don't do anything you can't undo." "I'm not touching her," I said. "I'm just removing the mask." Jordan met me after work. He slid into the booth and frowned. "You look different." "I feel different," I said. "I need a favor." He leaned back. "That sounds dangerous already." "I just need information," I said. "Nothing illegal. Nothing obvious." Jordan hesitated. "About Lila?" I nodded. "I know she's juggling people. I need dates, times, patterns." He rubbed his face. "I don't want drama." "You already gave me clues," I said softly. "This just finishes the picture." He sighed. "Fine. But I don't want my name anywhere near this." "That's fair," I said. "I'll keep you invisible." At home I spoke to Daniel again. "I'm not exposing her out of rage," I said. "I'm doing it with precision." "Precision scares me more," he replied. "I'm setting traps," I said. "Letting her lie until the lies collide." Daniel lowered his voice. "You're changing." "I already changed," I said. "She did that." I spent nights watching patterns. Who she messaged first. Who she hid. Who she promised things to. I didn't hack anything deep. I just watched what she forgot to lock. Carelessness was her weakness. I whispered, "You think you're smart. You're just sloppy." Every piece lined up. 5 men. Overlapping nights. Contradicting stories. Screenshots saved quietly. Dates logged carefully. Nothing rushed. Daniel said, "You could still walk away." "And let her keep doing this?" I asked. "Let her rewrite me as the villain?" He didn't answer. Jordan texted me later. "She was at the bar again. Different guy." I replied, "Got it?" My chest felt calm for the first time in weeks. That scared me. I looked at myself in the mirror and said, "Don't enjoy this too much." But part of me did. Control felt powerful. Planning felt clean. I wasn't yelling anymore. I wasn't begging. I was calculating. Lila smiled at me that night. "You've been quiet lately." "Just tired," I said. She kissed my cheek. "Don't overthink, okay?" I almost laughed. When she fell asleep, I typed one last note. Names. Dates. Connections. One clean chain of truth. "This isn't revenge," I whispered. "This is balance." I closed the laptop and lay back, staring into the dark. I knew I was crossing a line, but I also knew I wouldn't stop. Not now. Not after everything. I typed the final message carefully, double-checked the recipients, and took a deep breath. "This is it," I whispered to myself. "No turning back now." My phone buzzed, Lila's name lighting the screen. She called. "Hey, you okay?" she asked, voice casual. "Perfectly fine," I said, keeping my tone calm. "Just curious, do you remember David?" There was a pause. "David? What about him?" I smiled, a small, cold curl of satisfaction. "The guy from last month. Your little secret." Her voice tightened. "I don't know what you're talking about." I sent the screenshot. The one she had deleted, but I recovered. Her eyes would have widened if she could see my face right now. I don't know how that got there," she stammered. "Funny, isn't it?" I said. "It seems like everyone is noticing now. David seems upset. And, oh, your friend saw it too." Lila's voice cracked. What did you do?" "Nothing," I said softly. "Just shared the truth." I watched her panic from across the room, phone clutched like a lifeline. Her calm mask was cracking. She was struggling to find words, any way to twist the story. "Why are you doing this?" she whispered finally. "Because you made me watch while you lied to me." 5 men, Lila. 5. And I had to wait. I had to make sure it hit properly. I said, cold but steady, "This is your reality now." She gasped. "You're insane. You can't do this. People will hate you." "They already know," I replied. David does. Your friends do. And now you do too. Her breathing quickened. You're crazy. This isn't fair. Fair? I echoed. Fair was you pretending you loved me while sleeping with him. Fair was me being blind. Fair was the trust one gave you. I could almost hear the connection snapping in her mind. Her panic was delicious and terrifying all at once. She was trying to call him, to delete the post, to lie her way out. But it was too late. Daniel called me on my cell. How's it going? He asked quietly. Perfect, I said, almost smiling. She's panicking exactly like she should. Be careful, he said. This is dangerous. Don't lose yourself. I know, I said. But watching her scramble, trying to gaslight everyone back, it's satisfying. Jordan texted, she's blowing up her social media. Everyone's talking. I replied, good. Keep an eye. Document everything. Lila's voice broke again. You're ruining everything. How could you do this? I'm not ruining anything, I said. I'm showing the truth. You chose this. She was pacing now, almost desperate, muttering to herself, calling people, begging for help. I could see the genuine fear in her eyes even without looking. It was intoxicating, but part of me felt sick. How much had I changed to enjoy this? I muttered, I used to love you. And now, I don't even recognize myself. She tried one last time to appeal to me. Please, just stop. We can fix this. No, I said firmly. Fix it? You already broke it. I'm just making sure everyone else sees it too. The first cheater texted back, angry, confused. I kept my hands steady as the messages unfolded. The second cheater got involved, curious, shocked. My little trap was working exactly as planned. Daniel's voice lingered in my head. Don't lose yourself. But the thrill of control, of justice, of watching her unravel, it was stronger than any caution. I leaned back, feeling the mix of power and guilt. She was desperate, panicked, exposed. And I was changing. I wasn't the same person she had fooled. I was sharper, colder, and more dangerous. And it was only the beginning. My phone didn't stop buzzing. Names, numbers, accusations, panic. I watched it all like a quiet observer, heart steady in a way it had never been before. Lila stood in front of me, eyes red. Please, she said, voice shaking. This has gone too far. You said that last time, I replied. Right before you lied again. She ran a hand through her hair. You don't understand what you're doing. I understand perfectly, I said. I'm letting you feel what I felt. Her phone rang. She ignored it. Then another call. Then a message popped up, loud enough for me to hear the notification. That's him, she whispered. The third one. Answer it, I said calmly. She stared at me. Why are you like this now? Because you taught me, I said. She answered. Hello. I could hear shouting through the phone. Accusations. Rage. She tried to speak, but he cut her off. I didn't know about them, she cried. I swear. I leaned closer. Tell him about the fourth. Her eyes snapped to me. Stop. Say it, I said. She broke. There was someone else, she admitted into the phone. The call ended. She dropped the phone like it burned her. You're destroying my life, she sobbed. You destroyed mine first, I replied. Jordan texted me. The fourth guy just posted screenshots. It's spreading. I typed back, let it spread. Lila collapsed onto the couch. Everyone hates me. I felt something twist in my chest, but I didn't stop. That's how humiliation works. She looked up. Do you feel good about this? I hesitated. I feel awake. Daniel called. This is getting big, he warned. People are choosing sides. I already chose mine, I said. The fifth guy is furious, he added. He says you set him up. I didn't, I replied. She did. I hung up and turned back to Lila. He knows everything now. She laughed weakly. I thought I was in control. So did I said. She grabbed my sleeve. I regret it. All of it. Doesn't that matter? I looked down at her hand. You regret getting caught. Her grip loosened. Please, forgive me. The word forgiveness echoed in my head. I remembered who I used to be. The guy who believed apologies fixed everything. I can't, I said. Not anymore. Messages kept coming. Friends distancing themselves. Invitations canceled. Rumors spreading faster than she could deny them. This is karma, I said quietly. She shook her head. You're not better than me now. I thought about that. About the screenshots. The manipulation. The calm way I'd planned it all. Maybe not, I admitted. But I respect myself now. She wiped her face. I don't even recognize you. I stopped recognizing myself the day you lied, I replied. She stood slowly. So that's it. That's it, I said. She walked past me without another word. The door closed softly behind her. I sat alone, staring at my phone at the chaos I had unleashed. It felt powerful. It felt terrifying. I whispered, I hope this was worth it. I waited in the apartment, lights dimmed, heart steady. The air smelled faintly of her perfume. I heard the click of keys in the hallway and knew she was coming. Why are you here? Lila's voice trembled slightly as the door closed behind her. Sit down, I said calmly. We need to talk. She hesitated but obeyed, perching on the edge of the couch. About what? About everything, I said. About all the lies. The men. The manipulation. The trust you shattered. Her eyes darted to my phone on the table. You've been spying? I've been observing, I corrected. You think I'm the only one who notices patterns? I saw it all, Lila. All 5 men. Every secret meeting, every deleted message, every lie. Her face paled. It wasn't like that. I didn't mean. You didn't mean? I interrupted. Do you have any idea what it feels like to love someone, to give everything and have it spat back in your face? She started, voice shaking. I'm sorry. I never wanted to hurt you. Sorry doesn't fix this, I said softly, almost whispering. You were careful, clever, charming. You made me believe in us and I did. I ignored the signs. I wanted to be blind. And now, you're the one who can't hide. She looked down, biting her lip. I messed up. I know I did. I can't take it back, but please understand. I wasn't happy. I wasn't. You weren't happy? I echoed, voice icy. And you thought the solution was 5 other men? You destroyed every memory we shared. Every promise. Every night I held you, thinking you were mine. Tears welled up in her eyes. I was scared. I didn't know how to be honest. I didn't know how to stop myself. Stop yourself? I repeated. You didn't even try to stop lying to me. Her fingers fidgeted in her lap. I panicked. I made mistakes. You made choices, I said, leaning forward, my tone calm but cutting. Deliberate choices. And you manipulated me just like you manipulated everyone else. She raised her head, looking at me, desperation in her gaze. I never wanted to hurt you this badly. Please, can we just... No, I said firmly. This isn't about forgiveness anymore. It's not about trying to fix what's broken. Her voice dropped to a whisper. Then what do you want from me? I studied her. The fear, the regret, the panic, it was all there. The mask was gone. I want you to understand what it feels like to be powerless. To see everyone you fooled know the truth. To feel the collapse you caused in others' lives reflected back on you. She shook her head slowly. I can't. I didn't know. You didn't care, I said, voice steady, almost clinical. You cared about yourself. That's the truth you can't hide, no matter how much you beg or cry. Her hands trembled. You're cruel. I'm just honest, I said. And I've changed. The naive trusting me is gone. The version who forgave too easily? That I don't love you anymore, not like I did. I don't even recognize the person you became. She was silent then, head lowered. No explanations, no excuses. Just the weight of realization sinking in. I know, I whispered. You see now. You finally understand the cost of your actions. And nothing I say can undo it. Tears slid down her cheeks. I never thought you'd... You underestimated me, I said. You underestimated my patience, my observation, my limits. And now here we are. She looked up, eyes filled with defeat. I accept it. I don't even know what to say anymore. That's all I needed, I said softly. Acknowledgement. No lies. No manipulation. Just honesty in your defeat. She nodded slowly, silent now, the room heavy with the aftermath. I leaned back, exhaling, feeling an emptiness I hadn't anticipated. Vindication felt hollow. Power felt heavy. The thrill of revenge was satisfying, yes, but the cost was visible in my own eyes. I had changed irrevocably. I was no longer the man she could manipulate. I was someone sharper, colder, and aware of the darkness I could command. Do you regret it? I asked quietly. She swallowed. Every second. And yet, you made the choices anyway, I said. You can't undo what's done. I know, she whispered. I nodded. Then this is over. For both of us. Don't speak, don't touch, don't try to explain further. I don't want anything from you except the truth you finally gave me." She stayed silent. I could see her entire persona collapsed into a quiet, hollow remorse. I stood, feeling a strange mixture of victory and emptiness. I had faced her fully, stripped away the lies, and yet, the weight of what I had done, of who I had become, pressed down on me. "This ends now," I said, voice low. She nodded, silently, and turned away. I watched her leave the apartment, closing the door gently behind her. The confrontation was complete. I was calm, in control, but inside, a part of me was still haunted. I whispered to myself, "I survived her. And I survived myself." The apartment felt emptier than it ever had before. No arguments, no lies, no laughter from her. Just silence. I sat on the couch, staring at my phone, the messages from Daniel and Jordan lighting up the screen like little reminders that life went on. "Hey," Daniel said when I finally answered his call. "You okay, man?" "Oh, I don't know," I admitted. "It's quiet. Too quiet." "Sounds like progress," he said gently. "She's gone. The cheaters are dealing with what they deserve. Isn't that enough?" I ran my hands over my face. It feels like victory but also emptiness. I wanted them to hurt. I wanted her to see what she did. And she did. But I don't feel the relief I thought I would. "That's normal," he said. "Revenge doesn't fix what was broken inside you. You changed. That's the part you have to face now." I nodded even though he couldn't see me. I look in the mirror and don't recognize myself. Cold, calculating, someone I didn't know existed. Jordan's message buzzed. "Lunch tomorrow? Talk about anything but her." I smiled faintly. "Yeah, I need that," I replied. The following morning, Jordan and I sat at our favorite diner. "So," he said, stirring his coffee, "she's really gone, huh?" "Gone?" I repeated. The word felt final, heavy. "And the fallout?" he asked. I shrugged. "Public humiliation. Friends distancing themselves. David, the others, they're dealing with their own mess." I watched it happen quietly. It was satisfying in a way. "But," he prompted. I sighed. "I don't know if it was worth the cost. I got what I wanted, but I'm not the same man who trusted her blindly. I don't know if I can ever fully trust again." Jordan nodded. "That's fair. But you survived. That counts for something." Later, I walked through the city alone, thinking about Lila. I didn't hate her anymore, not in the fiery way I used to. The hate had cooled into something sharper, quieter. Awareness. She wasn't worth my life, my peace, or my trust. I muttered to myself, I loved her, and she taught me how not to love again. Messages from Daniel popped up. "How's your head?" I replied, clearer than ever. He called immediately. "Careful with that," he warned. "Clear heads can still be dangerous." "I know," I said. "I'm not reckless. Just reflective." I found myself sitting at the park where we once laughed together. I remembered holding her hand, joking about our future. My chest tightened, but I allowed it. I needed to feel that, to remember what was real before the lies, before the betrayal. A jogger passed by, smiling. A child waved at me from the swings. Life continued, oblivious to the chaos I had endured. I whispered, "I can keep moving, even if alone." Daniel's words echoed, "Life goes on." And he was right. I had a choice. Cling to the past or step into a future where I was no longer naive, no longer blind, no longer vulnerable. I pulled out my phone and typed a message to Jordan. "Meet me later. Coffee." No talk of her. He replied instantly, "Perfect." Sitting back, I let myself breathe fully for the first time in weeks. The weight of revenge, exposure, confrontation. It was lifting. I was still damaged, yes, but whole enough to feel the air, the sunlight, the ordinary flow of the world. I walked home slowly, thinking about solitude. About self-growth. About the hardened heart I now carried. Was it permanent? Maybe. Maybe it was the only way to survive what I had endured. I paused at my building, looking up at the windows where Lila and I once shared quiet evenings. The memory stung, but it no longer controlled me. A thought occurred. Trust would take time. Trust in others, trust in myself. But for the first time in months, I felt capable. Capable of living on my own terms. Jordan's message buzzed again. "You coming up?" "I got pastries." I smiled. "Yeah, I'll be right there." I took a deep breath and entered the building, steps lighter than they had been in weeks. Life was still messy, still unpredictable, still full of questions. But it was mine. I whispered as I rode the elevator, "I survived her. I survived myself. That has to be enough for now." And for the first time in a long time, I allowed myself a quiet hope. Not for love, not for her, not for revenge, but for a life where I was in control. Alone or with others, I didn't know yet. But I knew one thing, I was moving forward.